anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do the collective for today. Today is Wednesday, October 15th, 2025. You may follow me on the Talk of the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates. Read the rest of the description in the box below. We're going to use the Hollow Mirror Oracle by Hattie Thorne. You can find this at hattiethorne.com. You can also find it in her Etsy shop. She just put out a new set of decks too, Oracle and Tarot. I think it's called Nouveau. I got an email about it yesterday. I still haven't looked at it. I gotta go look at it. It's really rare for me to not like one of her decks. Like, I feel like I'm always attracted to her decks. We got 3 on the table. Oh, we had that yesterday or the day before. 2 more shuffles. Last shuffle. 4 on the table. 5 with bottom of the deck. Oh. We got candied apple. We got mountain. Broomstick. Toadstool. And bottom of the deck, chalice. All right. I feel like this is a personal message, but you know. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. Lately, I feel like they've all been personal messages. And it's funny because, like, I'm not even kidding you, y'all. I will pull cards and I will read the reading, and I'll be like, oh, that kind of resonates. Like, I feel like I'm a part of that. But almost every single reading that I've watched from another reader for the last, I don't know, like month, 3 weeks to a month, I'm like, that doesn't sound like anything having to do with me at all. I don't know. Usually it's vice versa. And usually I have like 2 or 3 readers that are pretty spot on. Like, I watch them regularly, and like I always get a little something, you know, like something resonates. Not everything, but something. All right. We kind of had this the other day, I think. So here's the deal. Somebody's going to be tempted by something. And I'm assuming with the chalice card, it's going to be love. It says love lies waiting. The thing is somebody's going to be tempted by somebody that they're not supposed to go towards, when real love is like waiting behind them. And I hate to say that because every reader says that, but with the mountain card, the broomstick, it says stand your ground, sweep it clean. So whatever this temptation that comes in, like, you're supposed to dodge that. You're supposed to release that. You're supposed to let that go. You're supposed to ignore that. You're supposed to kick that to the curb. Toadstool, growth through risk. If you wait, love will come in. Y'all know how I feel about timing. Divine timing. Everything is divine timing. Everything's going to come when it comes. I'm going to say this. And you can give me heat for it if you want in the comments. I don't really care at this point. Not that I don't care about you guys. I love you guys. When this temptation comes in, and you should kick it to the curb because something better is coming along behind it, I'm just going to say this. If you want to play the game, play the game. Just remember the rules. And what I mean by that is, if somebody comes in and you realize this isn't my person, this isn't my forever, I don't know what this is, but this is not them. And if you want to treat it like a casual thing, if you want to treat it like, okay, we're just going to date, mess around, whatever the case, have a good time, have a few laughs. It's not going to go anywhere. Maybe they know it's not going to go anywhere, right? I'm at the point where if you want to have a good time, go out and have a good time. And I hate to be so blasé and blunt about it, keep your feelings out of it. Just know, this is the temptation. If you want to give into the temptation, give into the temptation. But keep your wits about you. Remember that that's not something steady. That's not something reliable. Whatever's steady and reliable is going to come after. Pardon me. So let me say this, because I've been thinking about this a lot, right? I'm not saying that there aren't men out there that watch tarot readings. There are tons of men out there that watch tarot readings, right? Tons. But even more so women, right? Probably 2 to 3 times more women than men. And there's very much this call for women to wait for the real thing, for the soulmate, for their divine counterpart. You just sit around and wait. And I've had some pretty lengthy discussions with God lately. I've been waiting 2 years. I mean, technically, when you consider my separation, my divorce, I've been waiting a hell of a lot longer than that. And technically, if you really want to look at my marriage the way that I look at it, I've been waiting 15 years. Technically, I've been waiting 45, right? Well, you're not going to fall in love as a baby. We'll say 27 years. I'm tired of hearing I'm tired of hearing this. I'm just going to be honest. I'm tired of hearing this. And then when you think about it, it's like you're literally telling women to sit at home, mind your business, watch TV, eat some cupcakes, and wait 3 years for your significant other to show up at the door. A magical surprise. There's a reader that I watch on YouTube. I think he's JDT Music something. He's an older white guy. Typically, I think he wears a baseball cap. He's kind of hippie-ish. He kind of reminds me of a hippie. He's not bad. He's not bad. He reads the cards. He reads the cards really well, and he gets a lot of It's going to sound funny, but he gets a lot of downloads about music and reference to music. So he'll do just an example, he'll do a read for Gemini, and I'll watch it, and he'll just all of a sudden be like, "Oh, you should be listening." He said this. He's like, "You should be listening to Madonna." What was that album with I can't remember what it was called, but it was the original artwork the original photo for the cover was her. She was in this skin tight leather blue dress, and it was I think like a beachy background. It's not Beautiful Day. Was it Beautiful Day? No, what was it called? It wasn't Beautiful. It had was it Frozen? Was that the name of what was that the name of the album? One of the songs was Frozen, where she's like dressed up in black and she's got like long black hair. She's got like a long black wig on. One of the songs was Frozen. Anyway, he's like, oh, you should listen to that soundtrack. And then there was another video that he uploaded where I can't remember what the song was, but he said you should listen to this specific song. And I was like, dude, I literally just downloaded that. I literally just bought that off of iTunes and downloaded that to my what do you call it? I guess my album. I don't know. I downloaded it to my iTunes. It was hilarious. But he gets like a lot of musical references. One time he had a reference to Shakespeare, like, oh, you should get the sonnets. And I already had my two quotes, like one from last year, one from 2 or 3 years ago, that I was going to tattoo on me. And he's like, oh, you should get a book of William Shakespeare's sonnets. And what's funny was I went up to the bookstore in Kenosha with my friend Chris. Yeah, I said her name. My beautiful friend Chris. And they had it there. They had a William Shakespeare book with sonnets, and I didn't get it. And like 5 days later, I ran my ass back up there by myself, and I got it. So, yeah, like, yeah, he's pretty good. But he's more honest when he's on there. He's like, oh, you should be dating. He says it not all the time, but every once in a while he'll do it. Because I just watched Gemini, Virgo, and Aries. Because I'm a Gemini, I'm a Virgo rising, and I'm an Aries moon. And I have been watching Scorpio a little bit on and off, because when we had that full moon in September, for some reason, for like a few days after, I only resonated with Scorpio readings. Like, that was it. It was only Scorpio readings. It might have been August. Now I'm trying to think, like, when was it? It might have been August, the full moon. Anyway, he'd said on one of the Gemini readings, he's like, yeah, he's like, I think you should be dating right now. Like, now's a good time for you to date. And then I'll watch a Virgo reading, and they'll be like, yeah, you should be dating. And then, like 2 weeks later, he'll be like, I don't think you should be dating anymore. Like, you should be focusing on you and working on work and doing what you need to do. And like, he doesn't get on there and tell people, men and women, okay, but a lot of women, like, oh no, just sit at home. Like, Mr. Right, Mrs. Right will come along when they come along. Just sit at home. Listen, I was celibate for 2+ years, okay, because I chose that. And then when I decided to get out there and kind of date and see what's out there, and see if I can at least make friends, something like that. To tell me, like, oh, no, 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 don't do that. Just keep sitting at home and keep waiting. And the reason why I've had these discussions with God is because for the last 2 years, while I was celibate, I would watch reading after reading after reading after reading. And every like 3 to 4 readings, a reader would be like, oh, you're celibate? You've been celibate for a while? Someone out there's celibate. Someone's been celibate for a while. Congratulations, blah, blah, blah. And at first it was kind of cool because, like, yeah, I am celibate, so that resonated for me. And after 2 years, it's like, oh, she's still celibate. She's still waiting. Yeah, still waiting. I'm still waiting. What am I waiting for? And I gotta be honest. I'm just gonna say this too. After being out there dating for like what, 2, 3 months, whatever it's been, um, with the passing of Diane Keaton, If you guys have been paying attention to social media, she has been all over, everything about her romantic history, her career, her fashion. She was amazing. She was absolutely amazing. She was stunning. She was brilliant. She lived alone. Like, she never married. She adopted 2 kids. Those were her kids. But she never married. She never settled down. She, did her thing, and it was what it was. And to look at her and go back in time and say, hey, Diane, by the way, since you're not getting married, nobody wants to marry you, you're going to have to be celibate for the next 60 years. Like, would you have the balls to tell someone that? And she wasn't celibate for the last, she passed away at 79. She wasn't celibate, I'm sure. But, well, I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is, it's nobody's place to judge that, and it's nobody's place to tell somebody, like, oh, you should just sit and wait like a nun and wait for that divine counterpart to come in. They might come in 5, they might come in 15 years. I don't know. But just sit and wait. I've just very much gotten annoyed of that of late. So that's why I'm saying, like, if you want to go out and have your fun, if you want to date around, if you want to do what you need to do while you're waiting for someone to come in, I think you should. I think you should. And like I said, I spent 2 years being celibate. I don't regret it at all. Um, but I don't regret anything that has transpired over the last 2 to 3 months either. Because everything is a step in a new direction. Everything is a learning lesson. I just heard everything is a trip. Like a trip. Someone is just going to have to deal with it. I don't know what to tell him. I love him and all, but yeah. I've been telling him for probably like the last 2 or 3 weeks. Like, what are you doing up there? Like what's going on? Like like if and here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If I don't have a soulmate coming in, if I don't have a counterpart coming in, divine or not, it doesn't matter. Um, then what am I doing? Like, why am I holding on to a chastity belt when I should just be out there living my life? And I'm not saying that I should be out there hoeing around or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, what happens, happens. And I shouldn't be sitting at home every night, when I don't go out with girlfriends or whatever the case, and be waiting for somebody to come in that might or might not come in. Yeah. Anyway, you do what you want with this reading. If it resonated, if it didn't resonate, fabulous. Maybe the next one will. And do what you want to do. Be you. Do you. Like, seriously. If you want to be celibate for a month, and then hoe around for 6, and then be celibate for a year, and then hoe around for a month, and then be celibate for 2. I mean, do whatever the hell you want to do. Just be safe. And remember what I said. If you get into a situation that is not serious, don't be serious about it. I've told you guys before that in the past, when I've gotten into like sexual relationships, friends with benefits, casual and stuff, I leave my heart out of it. It's very intellectual for me. Unfortunately, I think that has seeped into the rest of my life. So when I meet people and there's actually the prospect of love, I'm like, I'm not seeing it. The downside, I guess. But yeah. You do whatever you want to do. If you want to have a good time while you wait for your counterpart to come in, have a good time. Because here's the thing, man or woman, you don't know what that counterpart is doing when they're not with you. They could be having a good time too. More power to them. I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonates. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.